Hi everyone. Today, my friend and I would like to present about expressing preference and giving suggestion or advice.
But before that, let us introduce ourselves. Hi, I'm Kisyha.
And I'm Jason. So, like I said earlier, today's topic is about how to express our preference for something over another. First of all, we have the classic proverb. This word is mostly used to ask or express preference in more formal settings. The generic structure is subject plus prefer plus noun or gerund plus to plus another noun or gerund. Remember to use to instead of than. For example, I prefer pizza to spaghetti. Now, for would prefer, it's basically the same as prefer, just with an additional would before prefer. The generic structure using this is subject plus would prefer plus noun or gerund plus to plus another noun or gerund. However, it is often used to be more polite. The sentence could sound like I would prefer walking to driving.
Besides those two, we could also use prefer to plus rather than, which focuses more on expressing preference of an action, while prefer and would prefer could be used in any general sentence. The generic structure of prefer to plus rather than in a sentence would be subject, prefer, to infinitive, rather than, and base verb. So, when using prefer to plus rather than in a sentence, the example could sound like I prefer to swim rather than run. Next, we have would rather. Would rather is also used to express a preference, but it sounds more specific and is usually used in more informal situations. The generic structure of using would rather in a sentence would be subject, would rather, base verb, then, and another base verb. So, when using would rather in a sentence, the example could sound like she would rather read than write.
Now, about like better. This one is quite easy and simple. The structure is subject plus like plus noun or gerund plus better than and plus noun or gerund. Like better is used to compare two things that someone likes. It could sound like I like watching movies better than studying.
After discussing on how we could express our preference, let's move on to how we could give suggestion or advice to someone. The first way we could give a suggestion or advice to someone is by using had better. When using had better in a sentence, it makes the sentence sound more like a warning. So, when using had better in a sentence, the generic structure that needs to be followed is subject, had better, and base verb. To give you an idea on what this means, let's say a teacher. She wants her students to study hard for their tests so that they don't get a failing grade. So she says to the class, you guys had better study if you don't want to fail.
Finally, there's one more called would better. It is less common and more into giving advice instead of giving warning like had better. The generic structure is subject plus would better plus base verb. It's similar with had better structure, just replace the had with would. For example, one of your friends looks sick and you suggest them to go see a doctor. You can say you would better see a doctor if you're not well.
So, in conclusion, when expressing a preference, we could use prefer, prefer to plus rather than, would rather, or like better. And when giving a suggestion or advice to someone, we could use had better and would better. So that's all for our presentation. We hope that through this presentation, everyone at home has a better idea on how to express their preference and give advice or suggestion to other people in day to day conversations. Thank you for your attention and time. Bye!